If I ever get another drink.
Mr. Reese?
Right up to the brim, boy. That's what a cup's for.
Oh, yes, sir. Mr. Reese?
Interesting facts about famous people.
Top money-making stars of the 60s. The 60s was a wild time in many ways, culturally, politically and socially. Movies were front and centre. We took our cues, humour, information and much more from these films of what would say as Hollywood's most influential time. The actors that featured and starred in these movies were like royalty. Today we will take a look at those that were the tippy top of many, the top money makers of the decade. Number 1 will not disappoint or surprise. If you enjoy this video, hit the notification button to get my new videos. If you want to check out my many other videos, head over to my channel. The link is in the description. Please take a moment to like and subscribe to the channel as well. I appreciate it. Let's get into it. Sean Connery, the tall, handsome and muscular Scottish actor, was best known as the original actor to portray James Bond in the hugely successful movie franchise, starring in 7 films between 1962 and 1983. Some believe that such a career-defining role might leave him unable to escape it, but he also made one western, Shalako, 1968, a hunter and tracker that has to save a party of European hunters who are in danger from an Indian uprising.
Shalako. I wish you failure, Shalako.
Shadow, we've fought too much in the past.
Yes, we fight. We both live. My spirit will live forever if I kill you before I die.
Elvis Presley, clearly one of the most beloved and famous stars of the 20th century, the King. Little explanation as to why is needed. His music and movies were always at number 1. Amongst the movies, he made several westerns: Love Me Tender, 1956, Flaming Star, 1960, Stay Away Joe, 1968, and Charro, 1969.
I can explain everything. Start the ceremony. I gotta run. Excuse me, I'm sorry, I can't stay.
Head for Altas, Joe.
On yesterday, betrayed a man who swore he'd make you.
Julie Andrews, one of the best singers and actors of the latter 20th century. A wonderful person that brought smiles to all of us. No surprise her success rose to such levels in performances such as Mary Poppins, The Sound of Music, and so many more.
Problem like Maria.
Girls in white dresses with blue satin sashes, snowflakes that stay on my nose and eyelashes, silver white winters that melt into springs. These are a few of my I know to bring us back to
Paul Newman, screen legend, superstar, and the man with the most famous blue eyes in movie history. The epitome of the leading man and sex symbol, who, by the way, could also act, as indicated in such movies as The Left-Handed Gun, Hud, Cool Hand Luke, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, The Life and Times of Judge Roy Bean, just to name a few.
No, not yet. Not until me and Harvey get the rules straightened out.
Rules? In a knife fight? No rules.
Well, if there ain't gonna be any rules, let's get the fight started. Someone count 1, 2, 3, go.
1, 2, 3, go.
Jack Lemmon, arguably one of the funniest and most talented actors of all time. Was there any role where he didn't pull your heart out and make you laugh in the same film? Cowboy, Some Like It Hot, The Odd Couple, The China Syndrome, Grumpy Old Men, the list goes on.
Mr. Reese?
Right up to the brim, boy. That's what a cup's for.
Oh, yes, sir. Mr. Reese? I'm a farmer.
Good night, sugar.
Good night, honey.
There's one thing sure, boy never met girl like this before. You've never laughed more at sex or a picture about it.
You stay here as long as you like.
Rock Hudson. Was there a more studly leading man? A favourite screen legend for decades. Some westerns. Giant, 2, The Bend in the River, Horizons West, The Lawless Breed, Seminole, and many non-westerns. Some 60s roles. Lover Come Back, 1961, and Send Me No Flowers, 1964. During the late 60s, his films included Seconds, 1966, Tobruk, 1967, and Ice Station Zebra, 1968.
You're out of line, mister.
You don't want to overlook that. Never forget what fun.
I love you.
Well, thank you. We're just talking business. Just business.
Oh, well, please don't mind me. Do go on. I'll listen quiet as a little old mouse.
Just pretty nigh good enough to eat.
Wait a minute. Boy.
Tessa's an old cook.
Carrie Grant. Once told by an interviewer, everybody would like to be Carrie Grant. Grant is said to have replied, "So would I." Could turn his hand to any genre of movie. That Touch of Mink, 1962, and Charade, 1963. He is remembered for his unusually broad appeal as a handsome, suave actor who did not take himself too seriously and able to maintain his dignity in comedies, not sacrificing it entirely.
Oh, it's an empty.
Are you standing by, Walter?
All set to go, Frank. What did you work out?
A parachute drop.
A what? They've got to be picked up, Frank, not put down.
We thought you could do with more provisions, what with all those extra mouths.
I want them mouths.
Elizabeth Taylor. It would be impossible to make a list such as this without Taylor being mentioned. One of only a handful of women who reached stardom like she did. A child star that grew to be a formidable actress. During the 60s, she performed in some of her most memorable roles. Cleopatra, Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, and The Taming of the Shrew.
Shakespearean twist.
Any man is such a fool as to be married to hell?
My tongue will tell the anger of my heart.
I will marry you.
I'd rather...
Doris Day. Day was one of the greatest Hollywood film stars of the 1950s and 1960s. Her film career began with Romance on the High Seas, 1948. She starred in films of many genres, including musicals, comedies, dramas and thrillers. She played the title role in Calamity Jane, 1953. She also worked with James Garner on both Move Over Darling, 1963, and The Thrill of It All, 1963, and starred alongside Clark Gable Cary Grant, James Cagney, David Niven, Ginger Rogers, Jack Lemmon, Frank Sinatra, Kirk Douglas, Lauren Bacall, and Rod Taylor in various films. After ending her film career in 1968, only briefly removed from the height of her popularity, she starred in her own television sitcom, The Doris Day Show, 1968 to 1973. John Wayne. John Ford's Stagecoach, 1939, made Wayne a mainstream star. He starred in 142 motion pictures altogether. John Wayne personified for millions the nation's frontier heritage. Other roles in westerns include a troubled rancher competing with a lawyer, James Stewart, for A Woman's Hand in A Man Who Shot Liberty Valance, 1962, and a cantankerous one-eyed marshal in True Grit, 1969, for which he received the Academy Award for Best Actor. Posthumously awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the highest civilian honor of the United States.
Everything ready?
All but the grub.
I reckon I must have the wrong man. Do you let little girls hoorah you, Cockburn?
Additionally, there was Sandra Dee, Lee Marvin, Steve McQueen, Sidney Poitier, Jerry Lewis. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think in the comments. I appreciate your likes and subscribers. Hit the notification button to get my new videos. Take a look at my channel and check out my Facebook page. The links are in the description. I am Wrangler. Bye for now. See you again soon.
Interesting facts about famous people.